Okay, student, this is lesson number 10.4. So I'm doing some of the practice problems. Let me see. In the class we did some of them. I'll go walk through this yet again so that I complete the whole 10 problems. I think the first problem is a system of equations. So you are given two equations. Clearly, this is like y. If you solve, you get half of x squared. So it is a parabola which is opens up the blue one. And the second one is y equals x plus 4, which is a line with the vertical intercept, that is the y-intercept at 4 with the slope as 1 over 1, and that they cross each other. So what is the solution of the system? The solution of the system is x and y, which are common for both the red and the blue color. That means this one is very visual. You can see this point is 4 here. And if you go to the left side, it is 8. So the point has to be 4 and 8. And the second one is go this way, it is minus 2. You go this way, it is 2. So it is minus 2 and 2. So your solution, smaller value of x is minus 2. So this is minus 2, 2. And the other one will be 4 and 8. And that's how you do this. So some questions are very easy by just looking at it, but not always it's going to be so simple. So they may ask you, they may not give you the graph. Then how do you do this without graph? Let's see. If the same question was supposed to be solved without the graph, you're supposed to do it analytically, then you'll have to use the substitution method. Look at this, is y equals, we can write this as adding x both sides, you get x plus 4. And this x plus 4, this is the first equation, and the second equation, you plug this, replace y right here. And I just show this because it's very good. It's better to know the how it. So you put 0 here, and then so I'm writing the first equation, and I'm plugging in x plus 4 minus x squared is 0. Using the distributive property, you get 2x plus 8 minus x squared equals 0. And I can write in the standard form, and then multiply minus 1. And then you factorize this. And so 8 can be written as 1 and 8. 8 also can be written as 2 and 4. So this is better option because it's minus 8. That means one of them has to be negative and one of them has to be positive. So it means because there is a minus 2, this will be minus and plus, right? So this will be minus 4 and plus 2. And you get the finally the answer. So that means by zero product property, we can write this as either x equals 4 or x equals minus 2. Now this minus 2, you can plug this in the second equation, or I can call this as third equation, y equals x plus 4. So y is x plus 4. And when you plug this in here, and if I try to plug in this here, so it becomes, okay, and that way the point will be 4 comma 8, and that's what we did. See? Okay, so let's do the second question. Question number 2 is you have to use the substitution method. So there are two equations. Again, same problem, same kind of a problem. There's a parabola which is y equals x squared. The second one is a line, so that means something like this. And maybe they meet cross, so cross like this, right? So parabola and the line, they cross. So we need to know what are these points. So for this, you plug in x squared, the first equation, and the second equation. So you put this first equation, the second equation. So x square. So you are substituting x square in 2. And then subtract 72 both sides, subtract x and also subtract 72 both sides. So that way this goes away and you get x squared minus x minus 72 equals to 0. Now remember there is a minus 1 here, so you want to know split this 72. We need to split this 72 into two numbers, pair of factors that when you subtract, because there's a minus means you think of subtraction. So this minus helps to make sure one of them is plus and other one is minus. At the same time, when you subtract, you should get 1. So that way you have to adjust. You know it is 8 and 7. So 7 times 8 is 72. And if you subtract 8 and 7, you get 1. So the best is uh, plus 7 and minus 8 will be best bet because this will be minus 1. So I'm putting plus 7 and minus 8. So the answers are minus 7 and x, just write the opposite. And then plug this into, so then you plug it in the second equation, and that way you can get faster answer. So this x, if you replace here, so you get y equals minus 7 plus 72. And if you replace this here, you get y equals 8 plus 72. So this will be 80. So the point here would be 8 and 80. And the other one, if you subtract 7 from 72, you get uh 65, right? So you get 65. So the point will be minus 7, this minus 7, and this is. So this will be minus 7. And I hope that helps. So question number 4. Problem number 4, we can use elimination method here. So you're supposed to use elimination method. I'll try to eliminate x square. So if I want to eliminate x square, I can call this as equation number 1 and the equation number 2. First step is we'll multiply the first equation by, because there's a 2 here, I multiply 2 here. And I want to get the same coefficient for x square. So multiply the second by 3, and not only 3 but minus 3. So what is the reason is because when you multiply this 2 to the top, you get 6x squared plus 8y and 66. But when you multiply this one, you get minus 6 squared minus 15y and minus 45. And now you can combine this. So you can call this equation as 3 and this is 4. So you combine the 2, 3 and 4. So now you know why I multiply minus 3 so that you can eliminate x squared. This will be minus 7y. And 45, if you subtract from 66, you get 21. And then if you divide by, so y is minus 3. Now you can plug this y equals minus 3. So you can plug in either 1 or 2. So I'm going to use 2 because 2 has a little smaller number, doesn't matter, but I'll take one. And this y equals minus 3 plug in here. So get 2x squared plus 5 times the substitution, which is minus 3, because minus 15 equals 15. So the steps just flow, see. So we get 15, and then x becomes equals plus minus square root of 15. In other words, there are two answers for x. So this y equals minus 3 is the same. So we have 2 points. So y is minus 3 is the same, but the x is, this one will be here. Okay, so this is how you're supposed to do. Oh. And I think I was trying to say y equals minus 3. Yeah, that's all it is basically. Let's do the second one. Problem number 5. Uh, through two equations, you see that this equation is, if you divide by 2 everywhere, you get x squared over 2 third minus y squared over 2 equals 1. And you can see if you compare with the equation of a hyperbola, means this is something like this. So it's a hyperbola. But the second one, you see, if I divide 5, it becomes x squared over 5 plus y squared over 5/4 equals 1. And that is going to be the ellipse like this. So the question is, where are these 4 points is the question here. The point of intersection of a hyperbola, hyperbola, and the ellipse. Okay, so now we are not going detail about. So all we do is we want to somehow let's eliminate the y square first. So we can multiply the first equation, multiply 4. Okay, call this as 1 and 2. You keep the second as it is, don't do nothing. Let's see why, because there is a plus 4. So you multiply 4 to the first equation, so it becomes 12x squared minus 4y squared equals 8. And the second equation stays the same. When you combine these two equations, so x equals plus and minus square root of 1. So the two answers are minus 1. So that means x equals 1. So this is 1, and that is also x equals minus 1. So this so the points here are 1 and 1, and other one is minus 1 and minus 1. We want to know the other point. All you do is substitute this each time. So let's put minus 1 in the second equation. So the second equation you want to put, the third doesn't matter. Let's put in the second equation is better. So if I put this right here, so you get minus 1 squared plus. Okay. So that means if it is minus 1, 1 is 1 here, and a minus 1. So that. Now even if you plug this here, it doesn't matter. You'll be ending up getting the same thing. You get the same thing because it's a square, so it makes it positive. Negative and this negative or positive. So this also is 1 and minus. So accordingly you can do. My hand is paining. I'm still struggling to write. Okay, what about this question here? How do we do this? Okay, so there is a y square. I don't want to replace y because if I replace, I mean, different ways you can say, hey, I can write this as adding y here. So the second equation, this become x equals. So this 4 plus y, you can plug it in the first equation. Okay, so this will go right here in the first equation. So when you plug this in here, it becomes 4 plus y minus y squared is minus 16, add 16, so that we get a quadratic. So this becomes 20 plus y minus y squared, and that will be 0. And write the quadratic term, then the linear term, then the constant, and then we can't have a negative, so multiply minus 1 both sides, get y squared. We can factorize this as y. 20 can be split at 4 times 5, but best option is minus 5 and plus, y. And it's because there's a plus 1 here. Sorry, minus 1. This is minus 1. So minus 5. So the two answers are zero product property. When will this be equal to either y equals, I'll put minus 4 first because that's a small, and this is y equals 5. So now we need to figure out x. So now you put this and you put this. The first time you put y is minus 4, x becomes 4 minus 4 is 0. So the point is 0 and negative 4. And then you put this one here, you get x equals 4 plus 5, which is 9. So it will be 9 and 5. So this is the y. So this two is y, is the output. See? So hope that helps. Problem number, I think this is 6. So question 7, you can see that the second part is xy, which is if you divide by x, it's a rational function with the vertical asymptote as the y-axis and go something like this, stretched by scale factor, and there's a line x minus y. If it is like x, y is x plus 4, if you work it out. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So maybe cuts two places. That's what we want to figure out. So let's substitute y. So in this one, you divide by x. I already got that y equals 12 over x. Or best bet is what I would do is in place of y, from the first equation, from here, we'll put y. What is y here? So x minus y equals negative 4, add y. And put in the second equation. Distributive property. At the same time, I will subtract both sides, so you get straight away. And you can split this into 2. 12 can be split as 2 times 6. But because there's a plus 4, this will be plus, this will be minus. So the two values are, so and you can see this is that minus 6 and maybe this is that 2. So we want to know the y coordinate. And to get the y coordinate, you can use this equation and plug it in and you get those two answers. And I hope the rest you can do. My hand is paining, but still I'm trying. Question number 7. So this problem, all you do is they're asking you using the graphing. Without graphing, we cannot do. So all you do is go to the graphing calculator. Okay. And then I'll start with the new one and the graph. So we have to put two equations. One is e raised to x plus again e raised to minus x, right? So that's the first one. So that's the graph. We also have to click on the tab here to get a second one. See, the second one 8 minus x to the power 2 and enter. And you can see we want to see more of the top part. So all you can do is maybe here if it allows us. No, that's too much close. Yeah, there you go. Oh no. Okay, I'll use this one menu and I want more of higher. So here and window setting and the Y you want to make 20 maybe. And the X, the minimum we don't want much, so I'll put -1. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think I messed up somewhere. Not that this one. This I'll keep is X minimum, same thing, maybe -10 will be better option. This will be 10. You can always play with this. So the Y maximum I want 20. This one. And the minimum I don't need so low, maybe -1. And so you can see the whole graph, beautiful graph too. All you do is just figure out whether this graph mates. So you go click on, if you want to make it more beautiful, you can change this to -5 maybe. And the other one, you can put it like 5. That's so big. And now you can click on menu and analyze intersection. Go take to the left and then move to the right and you get that's the one of the answers. And the same thing you do analyze intersection to the left and to the right. So these are the two answers. And they ask you also how many place decimals that you can do according to what they ask you. So 2 place decimal, you can round it and you're done. Let's do the last two. Yeah, question number 9 is there's a rectangle with the area of 224. So the whole area is given 224. And the perimeter is given. Now, what is perimeter is 2 length plus 2 width, right? So it is the length, and width. So this whole thing is 60. We divide to, it means length plus width gives this length plus width gives you 30. Okay. Now, the area is length times width. So we can replace, if we subtract L here, you get the width is 30 minus L. That means area is already given to you, which is 224. So you're going to replace this by 224. And the right side is length is L multiplied by 30 minus L. Now you can use trial and error also and see, hey, is uh, they both have to add up to 30, right? So is it 1 and 29 or 2 or 28 or 3 or this is one way of, to check on. And when you multiply, you have to get 224. That's the main thing. So you can also say, is it 10 and 20 because they add up to 30, this will be 200. So this also is the right way to do, but the right strategy will be get a quadratic from here. So multiply L square. So 224 is 30L minus L square. And then I'm going to add, subtract 30L and add L square both sides. So add L square plus 30L. So that way this goes away. And oh, where do I write? Hmm. So let me take this off. So, so you get L square plus 30L plus 224 equals 0. And now you have to factorize this L and L. So how do I split this 224? So 224, what I would do is I'll just check whether start with 2 and you say, okay, 2 divides to 112. Again, do 2 divide this as so 2 times 6 maybe 12, sorry, 2 5. and 656. Now this is 4. 4 and 56 won't help, so I'll do another 2 maybe. So 2 divide 5, 2, 4, 2 twos are 4 and 8. So this together is 8. 8 and 28 also will not, uh, uh, won't get you, because that would be like a bit, it won't give you 30. But let's see if I write another 2 and 14. So all this will be 16, and 16 and 14 is a good one, see. And when you multiply 16 and 14 is 224, and when you add up, you get. So your answers will be 14. Only thing I forgot to put that is minus 30. This is minus, right? So it has to be minus 14 and minus. So either the length is 14. This small one will go here, and this big one will go right here, and you're done.